Did you know, even Johnny Depp, one of the most recognizable faces on the planet, someone who's played pirates, Mad Hatters, and misunderstood outcasts, once admitted that the kindest, bravest thing he ever did for himself was just to walk away? And yet, when you first hear that, doesn't it sound almost too simple? Just walk away. Like, how hard can that really be? But we both know, it's not that simple, is it? Because maybe you've been there yourself. Maybe you found yourself in a relationship or a friendship or even a family dynamic where everything feels so heavy all the time. Where you walk away from every interaction feeling drained, confused, second-guessing yourself. Where you keep telling yourself, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I just need to try harder. And you stay. You stay because you hope it'll get better. You stay because you feel guilty even thinking about leaving. You stay because you love them. Or because you're afraid of what might happen if you don't. And yet, deep down, you know. You know something about this dynamic just isn't right. You know you're giving more than you're getting. You know that no matter what you do, it'll never quite be enough. That's why today I want to talk to you about something Johnny once said that really hit me when I heard it, something I think more of us need to hear. Something simple, but profound. Johnny said, people cry, not because they're weak, but because they've been strong for too long. And man, if that doesn't feel true. Because here's the thing about strong people. Strong people keep trying. Strong people keep forgiving. Strong people keep showing up, even when no one shows up for them. Strong people hold everything together, until they can't anymore. That was Johnny's story, for a long time. He stayed in situations that left him completely depleted, emotionally, mentally, even physically. He stayed because that's what strong people are taught to do. But one day, he realized something no one ever really tells you. You don't owe anyone access to your energy if all they bring into your life is chaos. And that's not weakness. That's wisdom. But how do you know? How do you really know if someone is toxic? And even if you do know, how do you actually find the strength to walk away? That's what I want to share with you now. Because what Johnny learned, you can learn too. It starts with noticing the patterns. See, toxic people aren't always obvious. Not at first. In fact, they often seem charming at first. Supportive. Like someone who really sees you. Sometimes they even make you laugh. They might even make you feel special, for a little while. But over time, you start to notice things. You notice that they belittle you in subtle ways. Little jabs that sting more than they should. You notice that somehow, no matter what the conversation is about, it always ends up being about them. You notice that your feelings always get dismissed, brushed aside, minimized. And worst of all, you notice how you feel after every interaction. You don't feel happy. Or understood. Or appreciated. You just feel heavy. You leave every conversation with them feeling worse, not better. Sound familiar? Here's what I want you to do. Write these moments down. I know it might feel silly, but trust me, it works. Start keeping track. Even if it's just a little note on your phone. When you see it all written out, it becomes a lot harder to deny. It becomes clear. This isn't just a bad day. This isn't just your imagination. This is a pattern. And once you can see the pattern, it's time to do something even harder, set boundaries. I won't sugarcoat it, this part is tough. Especially if you're a giver. Especially if you've spent your whole life putting everyone else's needs before your own. Johnny himself said he struggled with this for years. He said he used to feel so guilty every time he said no. Like he was letting people down. Like he was being selfish. But here's the truth, people only treat you how you allow them to treat you. You teach people how to treat you by what you tolerate. So start saying no. Even if it's just something small at first. When they ask you to do something you don't want to do, you can simply say, "I'm sorry, I can't." Or, "I need some space right now." Or even just, "I can't make it today, thanks for understanding." You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to apologize. You don't have to feel guilty. Because your time, your peace, your mental health, those things matter too. And finally, the hardest step of all, is choosing yourself. Sometimes, even when you set boundaries, they don't listen. Sometimes, no matter how many chances you give, nothing changes. And that's when you have to make the bravest choice of all. That's when you have to walk away. It's scary. Of course it's scary. Because it usually means walking away from someone you once cared about deeply. Someone you thought would always be in your life. Someone you thought would change. But here's what Johnny discovered. When you walk away from what drains you, you make space for what fills you. Sure, he lost a few people he thought were close. But he gained something he never really had before. Peace. And you can have that too. Now I want to share a few little tips here, things most people never think about, but they make such a difference. First, check in with yourself regularly. Once a week. Just ask yourself, who in my life drains me? And who lifts me up? Don't overthink it, your gut will tell you the truth. Second, don't confuse guilt with love. This is a big one. Johnny said he used to feel so guilty for saying no. Like he was hurting people by setting boundaries. Like he was abandoning them. But here's the thing. Guilt fades. Peace doesn't. That little pang of guilt you feel in the moment? That's temporary. And on the other side of that is a lighter, calmer heart. And here's one more little tip. Write a goodbye letter. I know it sounds silly. But it works. Write down everything you want to say to them. Everything you feel. Every hurt. Every disappointment. Every wish you'd had for things to be different. And then, don't send it. Just, let it go. You'll be amazed at how much lighter you feel after. Because here's what it all comes down to. Protecting your energy isn't selfish. It's self-respect. And you deserve that. So now I want to hear from you. What about you? What's one lesson you've learned about dealing with toxic people? Drop it in the comments, I'd love to read your story. And who knows, maybe your story will help someone else who's watching this right now. And if you found this helpful, don't stop here. Watch our next video, Why Saying No is the Ultimate Superpower. You're going to love it. And hey, if this message resonated with you, if you felt even a little lighter listening to this today, do me a favor. Hit like. Subscribe. Share this with someone you know who might need to hear it. Because we all deserve a little more peace in our lives. We all deserve to feel safe in our own skin. We all deserve to choose ourselves. Thanks so much for spending this time with me. I'm proud of you. You're stronger than you know. And you're never alone. See you in the next one.